Hello, hi everyone. Today I'm going to show to you the easy method to balance a chemical equation. So over here you can see that we have three different chemical equation and each one of them are not balanced. Why did I say so? Because the number of atoms at the left side of the equation is not equivalent to the number of atoms at the right side. You can see that at the left side you have one iron and one iron at the right side, but you have 2 chlorine at the left side, and at the right side of the equation you have 3 chlorine. So in order to balance this equation, you need to add a coefficient in front of each of the molecules wherever necessary. Okay, so in order to do this, the first step is to list down all the atoms that present in the equation. So first of all, I have iron and then chlorine. Okay, so these are the two elements that present in the equation. And then I divide this into two columns. Okay, so each column represents the left side of the equation and the right side of the equation. So now you have to fill in the number of these particular elements at the left side and at the right side. So for iron, at the left side you have one iron, and at the right side you have one iron as well. And then at the left side you have 2 chlorine, at the right side you have 3 chlorine. So in this case you can see that you have to balance the chlorine atoms in order to make sure the equation are all well balanced. So in order to do this, you have to make 2 and 3 equivalents. So you have to look for their smallest common factor of 2 and 3. So in this case, the smallest common factor of 2 and 3 is 6. So therefore, you have to make 2 into 6 and 3 into 6. So in order to do that, you have to multiply 2 with 3 and multiply 3 with 2. So at the left side of the equation where you have the chlorine atoms, you have to multiply the chlorine atom at the left side with 3. So I have to put a 3 coefficient here. And at the right side, you have to multiply the chlorine atoms with 2. So in this case, at the right side, chlorine atoms is in a compound of iron chloride. So I have to multiply the whole compound with 2. So when I do this, I will have a different number of iron at the right side. Okay, you can see that now the iron at the right side is no longer 1. Instead, it is 2. So in order to make it balance with the left side iron atom should be multiplied with 2 as well. So you have to add 2 coefficients in front of iron at the left side. So now let's check. So you have 2 atoms of iron at the left side and 2 atoms of iron at the right side. And then you have 3 times 2 iron atoms of chlorine at the left side. And then you have 2 times 3 atoms of chlorine at the right side. So it seems that both sides of the equation are well balanced. Okay. This is the simplest method to balance the equation. Some of you might be able to do this directly from your head. But if you couldn't, you can try this step and list down one by one the atoms that are present in the equation, and then list down how many of that particular atoms in that equation at the left and the right side. Okay, so now let's proceed to the second question. Okay, for the second question, as usual, the first step is you need to list down all the elements that are present. So you have iron and oxygen, and then you divide this into 2 columns for the left and the right side of the equation. So left and right. So at the left side you have 1 iron, at the right side you have 2 iron, at the left side you have 2 oxygen, at the right side you have 3 oxygen. Okay, so in order to balance, so it seems that both iron and oxygen are not balanced at left and right. You have to balance them. So you have to look for the smallest common factor for 2 and 3. So in this case, it is 6. So in order to make 2 into 6, you have to multiply 3. And 3, you have to multiply 2. Okay, so you have to multiply 3 at the left side of oxygen. And then have to multiply 2. Okay. So now when you multiply 2 at the right side for the oxygen atom, you are also altering the number of ions. So now ion become 4. So in order for the left side ion to become 4, you have to multiply with 4 as well. Okay, so now you have a balanced equation for the reaction. Okay, as easy as that. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope this could enlighten you and give you extra information on how to balance a chemical equation. Thank you for watching, everyone.